Alright, team. This is it. This is survival of the fittest for the engineer monkey. We're officially at the end. Officially at the end of the series. It is a very sad day indeed, but at the same time, we are proving the worth of all the monkeys on their own. Once again, if you're wondering what the fuck I'm doing, the rules for what I am doing right now are in the description. So, engineer monkey. How long can it hold out by itself in a lovely game of chimps? So, let's run it. Now, admittedly, it doesn't have the best popping power in the world, but it does have some very cheap upgrades that are very effective. For example, larger surface area is insanely good. And considering we need to pop leads and camo balloons at some point, we're probably going to want to get that upgrade anyway. So that's going to be first on the list. Then, probably oversized nails? Do we have a problem with pierce at the moment? Slight. It's nothing serious. Certainly nothing serious, but could be better. Could be better. Now, if you guys have seen me use the alchemist, the engineer monkey, you'll know that by far my favorite version of this lovely monkey right here is a 023. I love the double guns with the massive range. It just turns it into a tower that I wish was its own separate pathway. Just on its own. Just because, imagine how amazing it would be to have an engineer that just goes, you know what? I've got a lovely top path for my sentries and how dope they can be. I've got a lovely middle path for buffing other towers and just in general being a good support tower. And then I've got a bottom path where I just whip out all of my engineer tools, hammers, nail guns, fucking chainsaws, and just go to town, showing everyone exactly how much of a badass I can be. I personally would love that. But sadly, double guns is the extent of my happiness there. Don't get me wrong though, I do love the idea. Just because, like, even just the idea of the Cobra, when that was first introduced in BTD battles, I believe, that was beautiful to me. I absolutely loved that idea as a tower of like a little secret agent monkey. Just flipping out a Glock and just capping a couple balloons. It was amazing. Also, I did recently buy a trophy store item for the engineer, where he's a bit of a vampire hunter, you see. So he's dropping garlic. He's shooting wooden stakes instead of nails. And if you go for the bottom path where he gets the lovely the balloon trap, he also turns those into coffins. So he becomes a true vampire hunter by that point. So he's pretty badass. Now, I haven't even chosen the upgrade to place sentries yet. Just because I absolutely adore the popping power of the engineer just on its own. But don't get me wrong. The engineer's sentries, they pack a punch. Do not underestimate them. They will slaughter your whole family, including your kids, wives, and children's. Kids, wives, and children's. Wow. That's the best sentence I've ever tried to threaten anyone with ever. Anyway, you get what I mean. Sentry is not to be slept on. Much like double gun engineer. Alright, so we're looking good so far. I do feel like I do want to get another goop sprayer to deal with the leads and camo balloons, because that is the only way the engineer can deal with those types of balloons. Leads, of course, can be eaten by the balloon trap as well, but we won't get any additional money from them. We'll just get the amount of money that they are actually worth, which, you know, is still pretty good. You know, it still eats up the balloons and makes sure that they pretty much get insta-killed, but it just would be nice if we got some extra cash out of it. But sadly, this is chimps mode, so that's a big old no. Alright, so now that we've got those two up, yeah, why not? We'll give him pin as well, just like the other one. Brothers in arms. Alright, now we'll get the old NG with the sentries. The one we all know and love. So I'll put this bad boy down here. And we'll just go straight for it. Because these guys are going to be doing a lot of the popping power. Because engineers on their own aren't the greatest at popping things like Moabs. So, oh. I did not know that. Increases efficiency allows the engineer to produce sentries, foam, and balloon traps more often. Damn, I should have crossed with the top path. That was my bad. That was completely my bad. Increases foam and sentry effectiveness. Oh, never mind. We good. But we're going for sentry effectiveness. For sure. Anything that buffs our sentries is a win in my book. And actually, this foam is insanely good. Because not only does it remove the regrow property and the camo property, it pops lead balloons. Like, what more can you want? That is... I apologize, I was just given a cupcake. What a fitting way to end the series. Anyway, yeah, what more could you want from a tower? Honestly. Pops leads, pops camos, pops regrows, or removes camos and removes regrows, I should say. Honestly, such a legend. We'll get the Sentry Expert. I know it's not the greatest upgrade in the world, but it will help out with things like the Moabs. So, what do we do now? Do we just sit and wait, see how long we can last like this for? I genuinely don't know. Is it safe to go for a Sentry Paragon now? I don't think it will be. Round 63 will screw us. Let's just see how we deal with this Moab. Oh, the Sentry's definitely pulling their weight there. That is beautiful. Okay, I want to get more Sentries then. Because we barely beat that first Moab. So minimum, I'm getting more Sentries. And I don't know when the hell we're going to be able to afford a Paragon, but... we can hope, damn it. We can hope. Anyway, my mum literally just burst into my room to hand me a cupcake and said, try this. So, I will. Why not? Fitting way to end the series. Cupcake celebration. And I'll also tell everyone how great this cupcake tastes. Ah! Oh no! I got icing on my finger and then touched my mouse, not knowing. Alright. Okay. We good. I do want another sentry. Like that. Okay. I think that'll be decent damage against Moabs. I don't know about BFBs, but... ooh, red velvet cupcakes. You do taste good. Absolutely amazing. If you've never tried a red velvet cupcake in your life before, highly recommend it. Now, do we get a balloon trap at all? I feel like we almost have to. Not right now, but at some point. Okay, now I feel relatively safe. Just because, I don't know, I'm a little on edge about 63. But I feel like maybe, just maybe, enough of those different colored sentries will protect us. That's better. That's how quickly I was expecting to pop the Moab. Beautiful. Ah! Crumbs are going a-flying. So good though. This is the closest I'll get to a mukbang for a while. God damn, that is amazing. You know how muffins kind of overflow off the off to the side of their little container? This does that too, and the overflow part is actually hard and kind of crunchy. In a good way, in a good way. But then the actual middle of the cupcake itself is amazingly soft. I did not expect my mouth to basically chew through it like a 1,000-degree knife through butter. I apologize in advance if I'm making anybody jealous for cupcakes, but I did not want to restart this video. And sometimes I do. Sometimes if I do get interrupted and it's like, yeah, we're only on round 10, I'll just restart the vid. But not this time. Not this time. Okay. 20,000's pretty damn good. We need a little bit more than that for a Paragon, but not too shabby. Okay. That's fine, we can deal with that. There you go. Alright, I'm almost done with this. I'll shut up about it real soon. Whew. There you go. Speedrun cupcake eating. Accomplished. I don't know how many minutes it was, but it's definitely not top of the leaderboards. I've gotten a better PB well before that. Anyway. Round 63 is pretty much going to decide our fate here, because I do not want to place any more towers if I can help it. Best case scenario is that we just manage to beat 63 without buying anything else. And then we can get a Sentry Paragon. Oh, sorry, a Sentry Champion. They changed the name of that now because of the Paragons being introduced. But yes, we'll see how we go. Oh, we've clapped it. Oh, we've absolutely clapped it. There ain't no stopping us now. Oh, what was that, round 63? You're not trying very hard, are you? Damn right I'm mocking round 63. Okay, okay, round 64 is actually trying a little bit harder. Well done, well done. Good work. There we go, there we go. Like I said, Sentry Champion is on its way. Ooh, and unlike the Alchemist, the Engineer's Overclock buff can actually overclock other Engineers. Or even itself. Whereas, sadly, the Alchemist Alch buff can't buff Alchemists. Which is a little bit strange, but you can kind of understand. Here we go. Super powerful but highly unstable sentries. That is what we're looking for. Hell yeah. Gimme, gimme. Never mind, we've got to wait one more round. Whatever, that's fine. Come on. And boom. Dropping down plasma shooters now. This is going to be great. Oh yeah, and he's deploying them fast enough so that we will actually get to use them in time. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, what can we get now to help out? Maybe we'll go for a triple XL trap. Because, I mean, middle path overclock is good. Don't get me wrong, it's insane. Maybe we should get a middle path overclock, actually. Get a couple overclocks early. That way we can consistently buff, like, the Sentry Paragon pretty much the whole time. That seems pretty good in my books. Yeah, why not? Screw the bottom path. We're saving up for the overclocks. I think we'll need, like, roughly three overclocks to make sure the uptime is constant. Oh, is this too many camo balloons for us? I think it might be. Indeed it is. Indeed? Indeed it is. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Didn't think we'd be caught with our pants down from camo balloons. Luckily the sentries do stay on the screen. Unlike the Spike Factory spikes if you go bottom path. Increases foam and sentry effectiveness. Let's go for more deploying of the foam instead of effectiveness, shall we? Or maybe I just need foam in other areas. We seem fine like this. Because everything else gets murdered before it... Yeah, that was fine. Because everything else got murdered before it even got back to this part of the bend. So, we're doing okay. But yeah, we'll save up for overclock. And that'll be great. But we'll just keep in mind that maybe this goop isn't gonna be super reliable all the time forever. So, just in case, we'll have a little bit of extra cash to buy another one of these guys if we need to. Okay, but overall, very good. Insanely good. Honestly, I think the cleansing foam is probably one of the cheapest and most underrated insane upgrades available to us as engineers and just as BTD6 players. All those regrow rounds that we thought were a threat, suddenly not. All the camo rounds we thought were a threat, suddenly not. All the lead balloons we thought were a threat, where did they go? It's just crazy good. Camo regrow lead balloons? You mean lead balloons? No, you mean 2 black balloons, because that's literally what it is. It just turns into 2 black balloons immediately. Which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Alright. We're gonna get our boy here to overclock. And then hopefully we should be able to survive long. Actually, no, we'll see how we go with round 76. I say that as if I could buy overclock now, but still. Round 76 is a lot of regrows. We should be fine. Because it's not like a shit ton of regrows, but it is quite a big group of them. Oh yeah, they've pretty much all been transformed now. And the Paragons, they have solved our problem. Alright, I don't feel bad about getting an overclock now. Should be fine. Worst case scenario, I can overclock one of these guys to actually throw down more goop. More goopy goop. Oh god, I can target sentries? Oh damn, I didn't know that. Well, that's going to make things a hell of a lot harder. Is it better to target a sentry or the engineer that owns it? I kind of thought you'd just target the engineer that owns it and then it would buff all the sentries attached, but that does seem a little OP, doesn't it? Oh well. We will find out at some point. I guess I should probably, if I am going to overclock a sentry, I should probably hit a plasma one first of all. And I should probably hit one that's just spawned in, so it lasts the longest and is actually able to take the full brunt of the overclock uptime. And that is unfortunate, because we do not have a lot of popping power over there. Okay. That is fine. We will handle it somehow. Let's just throw down another one of the goopers. The goofy goopers. Beautiful. And then this should handle it for us. Because, by God, Sentry Champion has got that side of the map covered. It's just whether or not he can see the threat. But we should be fine. In theory. Oh, there's just so many of them. Come on, this lot of goop should de-goop everybody. Yes, there we go. De-goop? De-camo. Oh, this might actually be difficult. Never mind, it's fine. No regrow farm can be caused when the Sentry Paragon's too goddamn strong. But yeah, that's why I was holding on to a little bit of extra cash there. Where possible. Save a little bit for more goop. It's a good life lesson. Does the goop work on DDTs? I guess I'll find out. Otherwise, DDTs are going to be the death of us. Just straight up. Alright, but so far so good. Damn, round 80. So in a standard hard game mode, where you only have to go to round 80, you can do it with just sentries if you want. Or, sorry, engineers. I feel like I always call them sentries, even though they are in fact engineers that drop the sentries. It's very rude of me. But we managed to take on a ZOMG fairly easily. Didn't need to overclock anything. So this is looking pretty damn good. Okay. Where's my water bottle? Down here? Nope. I must have put it somewhere. Somewhere important. Oh well. I'll just use this one. Oh, maybe I put it in the fridge. My bad. Alright. Let's get another overclock, I think. It is time. It is time. Okay. Big old BFBs shouldn't be a problem. Nah, of course not. And let's just test an overclock, shall we? So we'll give it to the actual the engineer, the Sentry Champion himself, just to see how effective it is. Does it actually buff the other sentries? Or like the sentries that he drops? It doesn't look like it does. So maybe it's not the best idea to actually give that buff to the guy himself. Maybe it is better to spread it to a sentry. Once again, interrupted by receiving food. But that's fine. That's fine, because it's my dinner. And I'm gonna very much enjoy it after this. I won't tell you what it is, to avoid some people drooling on their keyboards. And yeah, we'll just see if we can beat around 100 with these guys real quick. And then I'll tuck into that. Hope you guys are doing well and potentially having dinner too if you're watching this video around dinner time. Alright. But honestly, these sentries and these engineer monkeys These engineer monkeys have been surprising me. I was not expecting this level of dankness from them. Alright, so I do want some extra damage up at the front here, actually. And we'll go deconstruction. Just, you know, it feels like the front's a bit left out in terms of damage, you know? It's more just like they're in charge of support, and they sort of... I guess it is sort of like a... sort of like a set 'em up and knock 'em down situation, like in bowling. So I guess the support monkeys are in the right place at the moment. But damn, we're getting close to DDTs. Now that is the big question though, because if the this might be the end of our run here actually. If the, what was it, $865 upgrade somehow doesn't work against DDTs, then we are screwed. Because we won't be able to decamo them, and if we can't decamo them, we can't shoot them with this guy, and if we can't shoot them with this guy or his turrets, we're kind of fucked. But we'll see, Who knows? Maybe the $865 upgrade somehow works on one of the hardest balloons in the game to beat. Which is kind of insane if that is the case. Because it means engineers are weirdly very viable. Huh. I must admit, I rarely use engineers. I know which ones are good, like the Sentry Paragon's the best in terms of damage, and then Ultra Boost is probably second best in terms of insane damage buffs. But overall, I don't really use sentries all that much. I mean, if you have a look back to like the start of each one of these videos where I showcase that little screen with all the monkeys and all the XP, engineers was gonna be pretty minuscule compared to everybody else's. So we'll just see how we go here. I do still want a third overclock if I can get it, but let's see how we go with DDTs. We'll take it nice and slowly just to really see if the decamo works. And because of the skin that I've got for my DDTs, it should be very obvious they will change color if it does in fact work. So let's see. Ooh, they change color. Beautiful. So we can actually attack them. That is very nice, but I mean, goddamn, that damage is not as great as I would have liked it to be. Okay, so it seems like most of the damage actually came from the explosion caused by the sentries, and admittedly, I didn't overclock at all, which I very well could have. And now that I've got 3 of them, I'm much more comfortable placing just like a bunch more of these sort of good sentries. But yes, we actually can pop the DDTs, which is exciting news. We can get beyond round 90. That's good. I don't like it when a tower gets hit with a sort of a flat out, you can't pop this, dead stop, you know? It's a real shame in my mind, because it could probably pop quite a few more rounds after that. It's just a big old shame that, you know, a tower can't pop a lead balloon, so round 28 will be its death, you know? It is a bit of a shame, but that's what this series is about. Sorting out the weak from the strong. Which towers can survive on their own, and which towers cannot. Alright. Doing pretty well, though. Insanely well, actually. And with these 3 overclocks, we should be doing even better. Damn, this Sentry Paragon is stealing all those pops. Alright, see how we go now. 93. Decamoed them all. I will buff the Sentry Master himself. Not the actual sentries, just to see how well that works. It didn't seem to work too well, but we did pop them all. Not bad. But yeah, I think we are supposed to be actually buffing the sentries themselves, so we shall do that from now on. Okay, round 94. Not particularly memorable, but it still looks relatively hard. Okay. Doable, very doable. Okay. Not bad at all. And I think it's important to say here that if I do lose, I am not restarting. And so, if there is a point in time where I accidentally don't press the escape button in time to bring up the menu and back out, or something along those lines, we're just going to take the L, and that's going to be the round. That's going to be the round it gets to. We're going to buff a sentry, see how well that goes. We're going to buff another one, and another one. Please. And you know what? I think that'll be it then. Yep. Because they were still spawning in, man. They were still spawning in, and with 3 sentries buffed, hopefully they were all from the Sentry Champion. I assume they were, because they were the most clustered up groups. Yeah, we still didn't stand much of a chance there. Perhaps if we had a village or an alchemist, we'd have conquered it, but that is not what this series is about. And that is the end of this series. Survival of the fittest. We went through every single one of these towers, except for Banana Farm, but we can maybe throw that in as a little bit of an extra piece now. But yeah, we went through all of these towers just to see how great they could survive on their own. Their own little singled out tribe, and their own personal synergies, if they had any. Some got stumped on round 6. Others got all the way up till like 98, I think it was, or like 97 or something, which is fucking mental. Others required a bit of RNG, and some were just downright dumb. But overall, I think everyone gave it their best here, especially you, Monkey Village. Well done. You did very well. You exceeded my expectations. So, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched all the way through this series, love you. Love you so much. Thank you for that. I'm very tired. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little series I had going on. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.